Who's ready for some hardcore? Okay, casual guide to Tarkov Season 2 takes an interesting spin. Let's get into it here today. We are a couple of days into the wipe. I have run approximately 4 scav raids, and that's been it. I haven't had a ton of time to play since the wipe. We're about, 5 or 6 days past. Here's where we're at currently. We have all of the maps opened up back again, the exception, of course, of Lab. I essentially dodged the Customs Factory Ground Zero only period of time, which I honestly wanted to play, but just didn't get a chance to be able to do that. We do have tasks open and available for us as well. So we're going to get started, and we're prepared for hardcore. Right now, we have very limited options in terms of what we can put into our container. We can, interestingly enough, I found it interesting that they allowed us to do injectors. Granted, these are a little bit more rare. So here's how we're going to set up. I am going to bring a CMS kit in the special slots. I actually kind of like this. It's kind of neat. I think that was a good addition. I'm going to run like this here for now. I'm going to keep morphine in the old gamma pouch to keep things going, and then essentially here we're just looking to fill up barter items. We've done a lot of hardcore in the past, so relatively familiar with how to hopefully have some success. We'll see how we're going to go. We did run, and we had just one single survive on a scav. We picked up a Saiga, PPSH, a handful of other items. So my goal here first, I did get, interestingly enough, my module 3M armor for the task as well. We've grabbed a couple of spare packages of loots from Mr. Purpore, and we're going from there. So I'm going to head over to Ground Zero. My goal here first, try to get these basic couple of tasks done. That's going to be my goal. That's really going to be what I tried to do. I'm not really too worried about burning rubber. But honestly, now that I say that, maybe I should just bring the gear or the money. I want to say it's 40K. And the problem with that ends up being is you can't any longer put cash in here, which is a little bit of a bummer. So let's throw this in here. We're going to try to do that. Our goal here, survive, get as much of these first couple of tasks done as we can. Just try to work through this stuff, see what we can get. And really, my whole goal, honestly, we don't have the ability, I don't think, to level up traders yet at this point. We can get money spent and some other things, but you see everybody's still locked at level 80. So my goal here is to try to work towards that progression, but I want to get Jaeger opened up. Because then we can sell some things to him. That's pretty smart. We'll also be on the lookout for some keys, and then again, some basic hideout items. So let's get into it here, and let's see how this first raid of the hardcore wipe goes. Also, I should note, it's just Fence doing insurance. 80K. We're just not insuring anything. You know what? Actually, now that I think about that, what does Fence have to buy here? Is there anything good from $182,000 scope? Everything is so jacked. Look at that. All the prices obviously went up. Like this M4 actually would be interesting, but it's 311,000 rubles. Some of these guns, some of this stuff's going to be pretty interesting. What is this? VHS, that's expensive. It might be worth to come and check out. Like, I would honestly, is this only 36,000? Is this thing in like decent shape? How much is this comparative to Purpore? I want to look at this. 52,000. So like, I should buy this, right? Where's it at? It's in decent shape. We repair it up. Yeah, that's okay. We do a lot with a Mosin. Yeah, I think part of this is going to be pay attention to Fence here. I think some interesting stuff's going to pop up just because insurance is so expensive. And granted, these prices are not good. This is not where I'd spend a lot of money. But a lot of folks, from what I've seen, especially those that don't have a ton of experience in hardcore, are having a really difficult time managing money, and all those things. Now, I think what's an interesting perspective that I have to wrap my head around is the fact that I am used to not having the flea market to make money. That's okay, because you can typically make quite a bit of money while you have the traders. The change to reducing what the traders pay was an interesting one, right? I could see increasing their prices, but keeping the you know, the normal pricing of their purchases flat, because that part doesn't make sense. I get the perspective that this is really trying to like essentially flatten the economy and remove a lot of rubles, which is putting a really, really, really high focus on survivability. The difficulty with that is the fact that early on, when you have such terrible armor and you're typically not wearing helmets, sometimes you're not even wearing armor because it's too expensive, what ends up happening is that it becomes really hard to survive. So there's a few balancing things. They've done a few since this hardcore wipe has started. I recommend, if you're like very hesitant with this and you don't want to just jump in and just start losing your money and all that stuff, my recommendation would be wait. Give it another like week or two, and I think the game will feel a little bit more like it normally does. You'll still be able to get some progression. You'll have some tasks that you can go to do, all that good stuff. That's my recommendation. If you've already started playing and you've run out of money, the unfortunate part is scav timers are still really, really long. It's like 45 minutes. So that's a tough part that a lot of people have not found a way around either. And it was like too much, I think, from a hardcore perspective, right? And it's hard for them to implement certain things, but like locking the flea market, locking trader progression actually was a good initial one. Letting you do the tasks. The other piece of it too is with tasks. I said this at the beginning. We talked about this hardcore wipe is not having tasks makes it so that you can't pick up some of the rewards. Being able to complete some of the tasks and go into the rewards and get like weapons and some ammo and some gear and some meds, especially early on, is really important for us. So let's see if we can have some success with that. Okay. Immediately, I'm moving this way. There's 2 far side spawns. Transit thing now being gone is big help. There's also this close med spawn here. Take our time. Or bud. I'm not taking it. Trying to do the same thing I was. I'm gonna just rip one of these so I can top up these 30 rounders. You can buy 30 rounders from Skier. They're very expensive. That is an option. The other mines are over here. I don't have a flare. M4 on the inside. Okay, let's take our time. I feel like I heard somebody close. Five ability friends. That guy, I wonder if he spawned underneath. Okay, we need a couple of meds. Perfect. Just need a couple of meds. Anything that we can store in our container. Elites are really nice. Ooh, that's actually really nice too. We need these to store. I think we're good on meds actually. A ranged optic here is pretty sick. Okay. A little nervous that this person's headed this way. Okay, good. We don't need the UV lamp. Let's see, is our car taken? Car is not taken. So we have a couple of options. I go right towards the grenade. It sounds like our M4 guys moved out of here. I'm gonna try to go up. The hardest part... I think that was a PMC. Oh, Slay was huge, actually. Yeah, we want to try to survive this. Slay was really huge. Okay. I don't know if that was a PMC. Odd place to run to and stand, not gonna lie. Second PMC of the white boys. We're upgrading our armor. Headsets are gonna be expensive. And we want meds. Now, what doesn't matter here? We definitely need this. Okay, I'm good on these. Stow that. We'll keep the splints. necessarily need the mag. Let's top up our rounds here. Okay. We're waiting too long. I need to move. Crazy, I'm hitting that scav actually. Okay, 2 PMCs down. Our M4 guys move through the middle. Place is always a freaking trap. Okay. Do you need some? Where's this other guy? I don't see him. I don't see this dude. Oh! Okay. I will happily swap out this guy's MP5. Or a different gun. Having a little bit longer range capability. Or a shotgun. I don't know, ripping this. And then we'll swap these just because they're found in raid. Not that that will matter a ton. I heard running. $5.90 with the stock is kind of cool. We take our time through here. Shooting cans being done is nice. There being scavs in here is also pretty good. Just gonna move. Assuming this has already been searched and taken. Yep. So can I continue this task? Access lab scientist's office. I think I can. Maybe I don't need the key. Question is, yeah, I mean, if we can get this and then take the car, it's a big W.
Ты куда пошел?
Ammo. Gosh, I hate going up here. Also think that might have been some matches. Ooh. Ooh. See, optics will be pretty nice. Let's try to grab a couple of those. I'm just going to free up some space here. Cordura we probably really don't need. I will take this for right now, although that's probably not going to be super helpful for us either. It's a different prioritization of what you want to pick up, but right now, the focus should be, for a lot of folks, just get the basic hideout stuff done. That was just cash. I thought that was maybe matches. A big fight up here. Oh, kind of juicy. All right, sounds weird, but I'm taking this. I like this OP SKS with this optic on it. It's pretty nice. I'll rip this sight off and drop one of these on it. And then stackable rigs, folks. Stackable rigs. What we want here. Something like this away. That opens up a couple of spots for us. Pretty nice, actually. Couple of PMCs. There's 2 PMCs dead there. MJ, HP, or HP. 3 dead PMCs up here. There's some water. Food items going to be really important this wipe. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these. Grab both of these. These are very expensive right now. Let's take a quick gander at you, my friend. We'll double stack some backpacks if we can here. Don't need this. I will take your ammo. Yeah, we'll take your rubles. hard drive. All right. I'm gonna do a quick search here. So I'm counting 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7 with me and this other guy. That looks like him. Where's he going? That looked like him. See if our car is still up. Car is looking still up. I'm just crouched right there. That right there is a scav just crouched. See if our scav gets bonked here. Okay, now's your chance. Ilianka, Amelia's. I think we roll. Just try to get down and get out. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. This is worth. AK would be good. Utility underground something or other. I don't know. Maybe it's good now. I don't recall it being very good. My hope is that he's just not moving across the street and then trying to move towards this extract. Fuck, I might be dead here. See ya! Woo! He was coming. He was coming. Got him. We out. We out. Whew. Let's good way to start. Good way to start. Okay, a couple of Timmy headshots. Took him on down, although we're not much farther than level 2. We're probably past level 2 now. We got our scavs, so shooting cans is complete. Honestly, it takes care of 2 of the more difficult tasks, right? We have to get into that funneling zone of a lot of PvP, so now we can basically just stay away from there if we want to, which is pretty nice. And then we get the car done, so I don't have to worry about bringing cash and get that all moved aside. It's very, very nice. That was a good way to start here. Very excited. We got some good loot too, some good hideout items. The 2 crickets I think are pretty helpful, although is it 2 crickets or 2 matches that we need? We might be able to get one of the things complete. Let's throw these in here and see. This utility underground parking room key, I don't know. We do also get our MP133s, so that's pretty nice. Get a little pistola action, so that's pretty nice. Grab another helmet. Again, this is good. Throw this in here immediately. Let's just put most of this. We get some M80s, which is pretty sick. And some shotgun ammo. Come out of that relatively unscathed, my friends. And this is probably going to be our loadout here. Outside, we did drop a 30 rounder, which, you know what, is a fine, fine sacrifice. If that's all we had to give up. Okay. Now, we didn't get any hideouts upgrades. I'm thinking that we need 2 measuring tapes. We found 1, which is good. We found the 1. Yep, we found the 1. And then what do we need for... We need a lot of stuff for that. It's 2 cricket lighters. I thought we had 2 cricket lighters. Maybe I didn't pick. Maybe I only picked up the 1. Am I confused? I'm confused. We have the 1. I thought I picked up a second one. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did not. Okay. What else do we need? I'd like to get lavatory up. Gosh, we need all that stuff. And workbench. Lots of bolts. Lots of stuff. And then med stations, the big one. Double syringe. Man, double vitamins. And 2 piles of meds. I don't care too much about this, but rest space up would be good. That way we won't get the negative effects. And heating also, same thing, 4 matches. Okay, all the basic stuff we need. That is my main focus here. I've talked about this in previous. A lot of times when I've done hardcore, I don't typically go, I've never tried to do like a hardcore kappa, just because it takes a lot of time investment and a little bit of RNG, and I just can't dedicate it to wipes like this. With that being said, whenever I have run hardcore in the past on the like normal rule set, without it being imposed, I try to focus on hideout progression, being one of the big ways to measure how far you've been able to make it in the wipe. And that's what we're going to do here. Obviously, things are going to continue to progress. We're going to have a little bit more options since we're just playing the game normally here. But I do feel like that's a pretty good measuring stick for the most part. So that was pretty good. That was a good run. Got some stuff that we needed. A handful of good items. We can get some tasks done. So let's go ahead and do that. We got burning rubber, which is nice. Again, simple things like this. We're going to be able to get a headset from this, right? That's pretty helpful. We got that complete. So now we need to see the guns. We can go ahead. I'm going to turn in 2 S marks for this because these heals are obviously much more important. We do have one of our Salewas, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and get this turned in. Boom. Bada bing. Here's another one. Get 2 Salewas out. You're getting yourself 2 first aid kits, some painkillers, and some splints. All of this very expensive right now with the way that this hardcore wipe is running. So that's very, very good. And then what do we have? We have this hard drive as well. So we can get this complete, which is pretty sick. This opens up the first gunsmith. Nice, which then also opens up introduction, which is absolutely what we wanted. So we can head over to Woods here very quickly. That was a very good first raid. That was a very, very good first raid. Very happy with that. again, being able to knock this out gets us some screws, some bolts, a couple of things that we can certainly use. So we want to try to get this because I'd love to get this Mosin. More important, I'd like to get the ammo here. So let's grab all of our rewards. That's some cash, all good with me. Water and some factory map, excuse me. And some metal parts and some pox. I don't know that I ever understood why we got poxoramic. An interesting one. Okay. I am gonna rely on finding food and water in raid. And I'm swapping this armor out for a P.E.K.K.A. I'm headed there again. I want to try to finish up. Let's try to get our last... Let's try to go see the guns. We'll see if we can find a Salewa. And then after that, we can head over potentially to... what you call it? We can head over to Woods. Maybe, depending on how this goes. But that was a good first raid. See you in the next one. Ooh, this is actually freaking perfect. Is this perfect? Is this pretty perfect? This is what I want. Let's chill down here. Let's grab some tech items. Ever. Yeah, I want to go this way. I don't know if that spawn over there is open. Sometimes there's a jacket there. It'd been nice to get a jacket. Aircore in the special slot's big. Taking this. Absolutely taking this. Food up. Okay. Again, I'm cool to chill down here for a minute. Oh, absolutely. Look at that. Workbench. 2/3 of the way upgraded. Not really. We're on track. Don't need plexi. Really bright down here. I don't feel like it's normally that bright. Sometimes you get a duffel here. Take this. Taking the thermite over that, just because that's more... So here's the interesting thing. Everybody's probably used to... Probably used to having to have found and raid items for the hideout. Alright, I thought I just heard something. Keep in mind that now that you don't, containering some of the more rare items, like that thermite we just found, more helpful, right? This is a good item for future crafts and use. This is an expensive item. I don't know how that's gonna sell. I really do want to just loot down here and then come up the other side. Tool sets, tool sets. Could get rid of these. I'll find more screws. Then we can queue this up. Don't really need that. Tool set's a big one. It's a nice one. Do I need a hand drill? Probably. Oh my god, we need a million bulbs. I'll worry about that later. I need a bigger prison pouch. There's my beloved jackets. Scav right up. Scav right on the other side of the wall on the ramps. I'm gonna need some hydration here soon. Oh, SMT. Prefer to not aggro this guy. I don't feel like I'm gonna have a choice. Alright, guns, ammo. I'm out. What is up on that grenade launcher? So I wanna... I don't know. Steer clear of that for the moment. Is this a poster? It's a hot girl poster? I mean, it's the apocalypse. I feel like we have to prioritize this, right? Do I need pox for anything? I don't think so. Absolutely. Hot girl poster? Yes, yes, please. There's nothing more important than pimping your hideout. Who cares about food, water?
Гераси! Пацан готов!
Okay. Thought process here. Go up. Get gun. Come down. Feels like a decent... Oh, man. We want to survive this raid, too. FTXs. HP ammo. I can without. Might make sense to start grabbing these, too. Damn, there's a Taz. Gonna make the Taz work. Probably. Don't really need that. These are fine. Might have to drop the vest. So the right type of space. Perfect. Close this up for now. Come back. Anything here? Where's my extracts at? The police is already gone. We got Nakatami. I really don't need these anymore, do I? That opens up some more space, I suppose. Don't want to get caught. Sometimes there's some good items there. Want that over any of that other stuff. I need 4 of them, so it's kind of interesting because the prioritization, because you need so many. Some of the upgrades. It almost feels like some of the stuff is less important. Kind of an odd feeling. Okay, I'm gonna take this down here because that finishes that. I need some freaking hydration. Greater body armor. This trades for a 133. I don't need a magnet right now. And that ammo could probably go. Let's head back this way. I want to go up, get these guns. Imagine if elevators actually worked in this game. Kind of funny. Outside of extracts. Like maybe just the basement to the top floor worked. Kind of interesting. Like this is a little bit of a camper's paradise here too. But not gonna worry too much about that. Here on low level ground 0, hopefully.
Ты куда пошел?
This generally should mean that I'm pretty clean here. Walls are sweet. Close this up. Somebody's camping up here. It is what it is. At this point. Shoot. some cabinets. See if we can get some keys here, baby. Oh. Let's get those hideout upgrade items. SMT, what the hell am I gonna do with that? Maybe I should be taking that, I have no idea. I couldn't tell. It's one of those things I can't tell. There's scavs down below, but I can't tell if that guy, somebody was VoIPing me? Our medkits are exceptionally useful. Get rid of these. I can't remember if I need those or not. Probably do. I just pitched them. It's fine. Okay, we're good on well, we're good-ish on hydration. Battery. Scavs down there for sure. I apparently can find GPUs. Round 0. See if we can find any more good keys. I need more crickets? I don't think so. I hate this game. Yo, hello? The play here is the basement. Successful avoidance, maybe. Okay, we're moving. Don't like this, but this is what we got. These are crazy as it sounds. That's more important right now. Held on to it as long as I could. Okay. Radar. Armor. Tarzan, I don't think I can take. Okay, we're trying to move to the gun. Hoping those guys were going the other way. I'm hoping those were the gun guys. Hoping we can pop up to this gun, and then we're Nakatomi out of here. Nakatomi basement. No, thank you. Camp me up here, Billies. Little Billies. Timmies and Billies. I don't need those. I don't need that. Honestly, I don't need any of this crap. I need that. Oh. Oh, painkillers, I'm good. Just check for some quick food. Food and drinkies. Okay. Woo! Not sure where that guy shot me from. Which I am less than thrilled about. Scavvy up here. This has probably been looted. Yeah, sometimes you can get some food and stuff up here. Where was that scav? I think I just saw him run that way. That's the case, I'm good. Good, I'm good. How are we sitting? Yeah, 15 hydration, not great. But enough to get out of here, that's for sure. Can't honestly tell you if I dropped him or not. And running through the bushes probably wasn't a great idea. God, our endurance and strength is so bad. Let's go. Okay. Scavs. And we avoided danger. And we're level 5. I think that'll open up what dailies for us. We get free heals through level 10. So we're going to take those. I think it's level 10. Pretty sure. Assuming they didn't change it. And, yeah. 2 good raids. We have a flash drive. Listen. We have a flash drive. And we have a GPU already in 2 raids. It's not like a LEDX. Okay. But that's pretty freaking good. That's a pretty freaking good start. That's a pretty freaking good start. I did not even know you could get a GPU on ground zero. Oh, big ups to that. That's pretty dope. Okay, let's see what we can get done here. Let's repair this. This is everything we need in life. We need a laser. I don't know if I even want to repair those. Let's get all this stuff put away. This is some good stuff, by the way. The freaking flash drive, which is so sick. I got a poster. Sick. We got some hideout upgrades as well. Certain things we can sell. Fresh armor looking nice. Let's see, can we get what we need here? Yeah, I think this opens up dailies for us, yeah. Survive shoreline. Okay. All right, let's first and foremost, let's get some of the easy ones out of the way. Shooting cans. Yes, perfect. Debut. Okay, I got 2 of these. I'll be turning these in. Give me just a minute here. We'll probably be doing some more. Exit that. I don't really want to go there. Supplier. This is sick. Boom. Boom. Supplier done. Yo. Hardcore wipes are easy, guys. Come on. 5 scavs on streets. Honestly, this would be worthwhile to do just to grab these 2 guns. Maybe we do a streets raid early here. I'm going to try to get gunsmith done. Anti-frag glasses. Okay. All right, let's see. Who usually has this stuff? Who am I thinking about? Who am I thinking about? I need the thingy for the thingy with the thingy. Now, typically, you could make this trade. This is a really good trade because it gives you a lot of the stuff. What is the thing I need? I can't inspect this. Inspect this. I need this thing. Mechanic. Oh, wait, no. No, that's not it. That's not it. What am I talking about? Where's this at? Inspect. I can't remember what this thing is called. Is this just on a ring? No, this is the thing. Oh, it's on that foregrip. That's why. That's on the foregrip. Now you could do that. I didn't pick up the DVD drive the last time. That's what I was thinking about. Let's see. Can I buy this from him? The thing I'm thinking about, or is it from Jaeger? Or is it from Skier? Does Skier have it? Skier has the laser I need. Skier's got the laser. I think it's from Jaeger. What's the thing I'm thinking about? Or has Purpore got it? Gosh, I'm losing my mind. This is what happens when you do this. Oh, new wipe things. Can I edit this build? No. Let's do a link search. Is it a link search off of Sprut mount? This is what I want. Now, locked after task completion. From Jaeger. Okay, that's what it is. So it's from Jaeger. Okay. Next goal. Get Jaeger unlocked. That's the next goal. We'll unload the ammo. That's our shotgun there. Not that it matters. We're not going to accidentally sell it. Okay, that took way too long to figure out, so sorry about that. I mean, we're sitting pretty good. We're sitting pretty good. What I'll do here, we have the buckwheat, which should be, if we do a required search, and we don't exclude those. I think it's per 1. Okay, so the goal here now, go in, next episode, we'll get our Jaeger letter done, we'll get our woods opened up, we'll get Jaeger opened up, we'll buy the Sprut, buy the laser, slap those on here, Gunsmith 1 will be done, Jaeger will be opened, we'll trade in the buckwheat, we'll turn in both of these MP133s, kill a couple of scavs, boom, debut is complete, and we are just rocking and rolling at that point, making good use of our MP5. Now, we can look to upgrade. One of the other things to keep in mind is you can't upgrade your MP5 if you want. This is up to you. Keep in mind that you can do that. For those that are unfamiliar with trying to use basic guns for a while, right here, under Mr. Peacekeeper, 132 doll hairs. You get yourself an MF1HK mount. Now, here's the problem. You can't buy doll hairs. So, you got 1,500 or whatever you start with to spend it wisely. But after that point, you can go ahead. You can get like the bursts here with the Fast Weaver base. This will work as an optic. There's a few other options here as well that you can throw on that. So that becomes an option for you if you want to try to get it upgraded with some optics and some other things. The other piece that I do strongly, like very strongly recommend, look at some of your trades, right? So if you're considering trying to get some of this stuff done, you want this trade if you can. Cyclones, a little harder to find. Magnets and Nixer, not too bad. Try to sock these up. This is going to help to save you an immense amount of progress when you try to get to this gunsmith task. So do keep that in mind. I personally really like this MP133 trade. There's a couple other decent ones. This MPX one would be good if it wasn't so heavy in items. But honestly, UV lamps and some DVDs aren't too bad. Weapon parts a little bit harder to come by. One of the insect wrenches for this. This is probably a better trade, although a little bit harder to source for ammo. The reason MPX is pretty good early wipe is you get a whole bunch of ammo. So if you've got a whole bunch of 8.82 in this, and you can buy magazines for it, maybe not. That would be other sticking point. Although I thought Peacekeeper had the MPX mags. He does. He has the 30 rounders. So this is a pretty good trade if you can make it work. Some of the other things that you're going to need are good for barterable, right? So keep that in mind if you're, again, unfamiliar with doing this hardcore thing. Barters are your best friend. They truly are. For weapons, for a whole bunch of different stuff. So again, keep that in mind for anything that you do need. You can do these barters as well. What's this barter? That's pretty expensive. What's this barter? 5 bulbs. You need a ton of bulbs, so I don't know what I would do this. But again, even the optic and maybe the magazine are worth this trade, and then run it without and run just a basic Glock magazine in this. Very good pistol. Pretty fun to use. Let's take a look at Peacekeeper, see what he's got for barter stuff. Again, this one's not bad. We could trade this right out the rip. Get yourself an M4 if you need one. Here's just a base MPX for some dog tags. That's not too bad, but level 8s might be a little hard to come by for now. I wouldn't do that. If you find a sausage, you get a VPO. Good gun. Solid. Definitely put some work in with this. Let's see what else we got here. Kitty cat statue. Outside of the kitty cat, this one's pretty solid. 3 Tushankas. 3 Kalin. 2 T-plugs for PP19 with 30 rounder. Solid. I wouldn't do this one. It's a lot. I wouldn't spend your 2 shotguns for that personally. Ovaka for PL15, great pistol. So you got some options here. You definitely got some options. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And keep in mind, some of this stuff is barterable too, although this is crazy. That's crazy expensive. That's wild, yo. That's wild. And come here and check my friend out. Come here. I think you're going to be able to find a few decent deals here for some stuff that's usable. Might seem a little crazy, but like 73k for this AK with an optic on it and a mag, that's probably worth. As crazy as it sounds, comparative to what else you would buy from a trader. Got some decent shotguns for 48k. SV98. You're not seeing a ton of armors here, unfortunately. But I keep an eye out. So hopefully you're having an okay time. We're having a great start. The hardcore wipe. We're going to be doing a whole lot this season. So be sure to stick around if you enjoyed this one and you want to follow us along. That subscribe button. We'd appreciate that. Post about 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is our typical upload schedule. And every once in a while we miss, but we do our best to stay consistent with it. If there's any other big news items here in Tarkov, we'll do our best to bring it to you. But this wipe is going to continue to change and update and grow and shift as we get along here. So if you want some hardcore tips, stick with us. We'll throw a few at you. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.